All right, this is Stacey McIntosh, and it's January 12th, 2015, a little after 8:30 p.m. I just want to start this conference call this evening talking about January 2015 promos. We have at 190 PV, and this 190 PV, you do not need to be on Essential Rewards to receive a 5 ml bottle of spearmint. And at 250 PV, which you do need to be on Essential Rewards to receive, you get a 5 ml bottle of Copaiba, 5 ml of spearmint, and a $20 enrollment voucher, which is redeemable for new enrollees, which is always a plus to hand out when you're enrolling someone new. And then at 300 PV, we have Copaiba, spearmint, the $20 enrollment voucher, and Sleep Essence supplement, which is a combination of lavender, vetiver, valerian, and rhodolphins with melatonin in the mix to help you have a restful night's sleep. All right, so those are the promos this month, and they switched it, so you do have to be on Essential Rewards to receive the promos at 250 and 300, and 190 you can receive the spearmint without being on Essential Rewards. Tonight, I just wanted to talk a little bit about changing perspective when we share Young Living. Up until this point, personally, I always lead with the oils. And what happens is that people end up wanting to get protocols written for them. And it takes a lot of time because, one, we're not medical professionals. Two, we're not legally, we're not allowed to diagnose or prescribe. And three, it's not growing your business. Last week, Jen and I listened on another conference call to Brian Carruthers, and he leads with his business rather than his product. He actually does something that's really interesting. I really was intrigued by this. Yes.
Oh, can I just, what?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say who Brian Carruthers is.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
He's the author of Building an Empire. It's a book for multi-level marketing, not just Young Living, but for all relationship marketing companies. And he basically wrote this book because he wanted like the Bible for relationship marketing. So that you only need this one book to get all the information that you could currently get right now, instead of getting like one book on communication and one book on, different tips. He really encompasses it in this one book, and it's a really good book. So, okay, that's all.
Perfect. He also wrote a little handout book, which is really good when you're out at the park or just at the playground or at work and people you strike out a conversation, but it's called Making My First 10 Million. And sometimes I really hate the name of network marketing books because they sound cheesy, but it's a really nice, thin book that you can stick in your back pocket or your purse to hand out, and it's a peak interest book. So that's something also that Brian has written. But what Brian does, and grab a pen, this is what he actually says, grab a pen when he calls someone and take notes down. So I'm going to go through what I took from his call, which was really fascinating and something that I'd never even thought of. But so grab a pen, write this down, instantsuccessleads.net. That's instantsuccessleads.net. He actually, this is a company that screens people who are actually seeking out home-based business opportunities. And he reaches out to these people and he sends them his information to review videos online of what his business is about and how network marketing works. And then he follows up with a phone call. Okay. So first, before I get into how he calls his prospects, he said a couple things that I want to kind of instill in the leaders, growing leaders in my own group and whoever else is wanting to grow their business. If you could press *5 to mute yourself, whoever just got on the line, since we're hearing background noise.
Oh, I think it's *6 to mute.
*6?
It would be *5 for you to mute everyone. Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Okay, *6. Okay. He says, you just want to do a few simple things daily for a consistent period of time. You never, ever want your team members to feel like this is a full-time job, because most people who start a home-based business are working already, full-time or part-time, or they're stay-at-home moms busy with their kids. And an objection that we all have heard is, we don't have time, I don't have time. And an analogy that we were taught at one of our business meetings is that, think of your life like a mason jar filled with marbles. And the marbles are everything that you do with your day. And you want to view your network marketing business as the space. Fill that jar up with water, and that space that's filled up is the time that you allocate for your network marketing business. And you want to be consistent with what you do each day. And you want to be doing things that are income producing. So if you're just on Facebook scrolling through and you make a post, that's not really, it could be, you're planting seeds and you're dripping on your market, but that's not really income producing. Income producing is actually talking with prospects and enrolling people into your team. And he says to do minimum two things each day to be income producing. And he says to have 10 prospects. Prospects are people who you are trying to get interested to join your business in play at any given time. So take-home message from that is small things daily over a consistent period of time. All right, so after he makes the initial contact with his prospect, he follows up. And the first thing, the goal of following up is you want to get your prospect moving forward, get them closer to enrolling in your business. And the way you do that is just strike up a conversation and ask the person, what did you like? What did you like about my website? What did you like about the videos I showed you? What did you like about the book I sent you? Whatever you gave that person information about, ask them, what did they like? And then you follow up with the feel, felt, sound method after learning what that person liked. So say they watched the video and they were interested in, wow, this seems like a really good business opportunity. I'm just not sure. It's a pyramid scheme. It's one of those. Sorry, Lily is crying in the background. I hear. Sorry. Distracted for a second. I just don't know. Is it a pyramid scheme? Is network marketing? I don't feel comfortable with it. And you follow up with the feel, felt, sound method. And this is something that Jen's talked about often, because it works, because you're empathizing, because you're building a relationship with this person. And that's what it's about for me. I care about the people who are in my group. I want to make sure I know them. So if someone says, I don't know about network marketing, it doesn't feel, I don't know, is it a pyramid scheme? And you can respond with something like, I felt the same way. I was so nervous. I've been working, full-time. I'm not working full-time, but I've been working full-time. And when I really
Stacey, do you want to role play?
Yeah, sure, Jen. That'd be great.
Okay.
Okay.
Jen, I'll be the prospect.
Yes. Jen, so what did you think of the video I sent you about Young Living and their business opportunity?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it looks interesting, but it's something that I really just don't have time for right now.
So what do you do right now? What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm so busy. My husband works in New York City. My kids are, driving me up the wall. I have animals all over the house going every which way. It's just chaotic. I just can't fit another thing in.
I totally get that. My husband also works in the city, and I'm also home with my kids, and they also drive me crazy. Even though I love them, they drive me nuts. So I totally hear you on the time constraints. But the way I do it, I kind of set business hours each week, 10 to 15 hours a week, where either in the morning before the kids wake up or late at night after they're asleep.
I don't have time for 10, 15 hours a week. I don't have time to go to the bathroom.
Oh, I totally get that too. My daughter's in the bathroom when I'm in the bathroom. Then just start out with one thing at a time. It will grow, and you'll start to feel a little bit more confident. And I can help you start to grow that way. And be there with you for support.
Yeah.
Would you be interested in any type of support system?
Yeah, I would be.
Yeah, because our
Yeah.
group, we actually have a pretty big community online, and if you ever have any questions, someone's always online to help you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's something I could look into. Okay, and good. That's great. And then the other thing, what really I think you did great was when you said, would you be interested? When you use the question, would you be interested? And these are all tips that you learned from Brian Carruthers' book and Sarah Robbins. Would you be interested is a great line because usually people say yes. Like no matter how you end that question, it's just a neat gut reaction that it puts them in the driver's seat, puts them in control. And if I could show you, would you be interested? Is a good way to start the conversation too.
And I like what Brian said, that if you do get a no, it's okay. You just take that person who is a no and you ask them, well, would you know anyone who would be interested? And you turn them into a referral to turn you on to someone else. Or
Mm-hmm.
you just ask them to be a customer in your business.
Yeah, and overall, these communication tips are good for any kind of relationship, not just with network marketing. So you can use the feel, felt, found method on your husband and your kids, and it's a good way to practice it too. So if you're looking to go to the grocery store but you're too tired, so you want to ask your husband to go, and he says he's too tired, well, practice the feel, felt, found method on him. I totally understand how you feel. I felt the same way, but I found out that I only make dinner if you go to the grocery store.
It's true, and you want to sound genuine too, because we're women.
Yeah, I'm a little exaggerating.
Yeah, yeah. But I like, I think that's something to the referral, taking that person who happens to be, who would happen to say, no, I'm not interested. I like that, taking it to the next step, because you never want to view anything as a lost or missed opportunity. You always want to take it as a learning experience and take that person and ask them, do you have anyone in mind who would be interested? And Sarah Robbins actually does something interesting. Sarah Robbins is a network marketing, what would you call her, Jen? She's in the proactive community. That's what her business is.
Yeah, she's just a professional.
Yeah, she's a network marketing professional, and she's written a book, and she has training. And
$1 million a year earner.
And what was I going to say about her? Oh, I just lost my thought. Referral commission. So she actually does something like, well, if you refer someone to me, I will give you free product, or I will give you something. So that's something to plant the seed too. Like I know there's people who in our group who are really good at putting promos together and making sure that people feel rewarded, because it's nice to get free stuff. It's really nice to get free stuff. So when you're following up with someone, Brian actually is pretty aggressive about it. He follows up, he says, daily, and if they don't answer the phone because they're screening, which is fine. I screen my call. Everyone screens their calls. He follows up in the morning the first day. And if they don't pick up, then he calls the next day in the evening. And then after that, he follows up weekly, then monthly, then yearly, until he gets them into his business. And he says he has such a high success rate with just doing that. And it's very non-aggressive and it's very non-pushy. And you want to drip, he says, drip on your prospects just very slightly. And if you haven't already checked it out, Jen has the Marketing Sense. It's a really nice tool. The weekly emails are automated, and they just show up in my mailbox, and I read them. And you can put people that you meet at expos, or who you work with, or in your Facebook community into these automated emails, and they just get drip, 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 and you can track to see who's reading them, and then you can further reach out.
Yeah, I like Marketing Sense too, because it's a way to organize my contacts, or my contacts of I have all my prospects are in there. So, and before the internet, people would have a little black book of all the people that were their contacts, but I keep them all organized in my Marketing Sense.
So. To go back to the phone call, after you do the feel, felt, found method about what the person likes, and what they do for a living, you want to ask them why they want to start their business. And this is something else I want to talk about because it's really important to have a why. Why do you want to start your business? What's your motivation behind this? And I know, like, you could just vacation money, or I want to quit my job, or I want to have a retirement, or I want to fund my kids' graduation, or I want to have a legacy for my children, or I want to pay off my student loans.
Or just buying Young Living products.
Or just buying Young Living products. There are people who kind of are in my own group who make a commission without even growing actively because the people underneath them are purchasing. So you get a nice little paycheck in the mail and you get your free products. And then tell a story that mirrors or matches what they told you. And it's easy in the special needs community that I'm a part of because we all have very, very similar stories. You hear one story and you feel like it's your story because they're all the same. So it's easy to build community in that regards. And then you always want to follow up with a three-way call. And Jen was really great about this in the beginning for me. I was something that she right away set me up with a three-way phone call. Oh my God, what is this three-way phone call? But it was actually, I learned so much from talking with someone who was in her upline and who's now in my upline. And now these people I see often, and I consider them friends, and I've learned so much from them. And it's just nice to have that third party to validate and also to build community and to learn from. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about that?
Well, I want to mention, I think they do *6 to unmute, or they just unmute the phone. I don't know.
*6.
I also wanted to mention, if you do want a three-way call, we have a lot of knowledgeable people in our upline that we can connect you with. If you're looking for business training, we can talk to Sue Pellicati. She also does the Just Do It calls on the first Monday of every month. And Peggy DeArmond's is also very knowledgeable in the oils, but her specialty really would be animal aromatherapy. And Nancy is a nurse. She's also pretty inspirational too. And who else?
And then there's us.
Yeah, then
Jen,
there's
you.
And
then there's
Ares Pellicati is in our upline. He's Sue's husband. So, and I'm happy to do a three-way call with anyone who, right now I'm really enjoying learning the business. I really enjoy learning the communication tips. I think they're good tools for life, not just for network marketing. Personal growth, so how to set goals, that type of stuff has really been, and I really haven't been a goal setter. Like when New Year's Eve comes around and people are all writing their resolutions down, I always put it in my head and I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe. But it really is something that very powerful to sit down. And this year we did it, my husband and I did it together, and just talking about, like what you said, our why. And so this is all part of personal growth. And network marketing is personal growth with a paycheck. Yes, it's about sharing Young Living, but if you don't do the personal growth part of it and you're just learning about essential oils and what do oils do, you're going to be missing a big part of what this whole picture is about. So I really encourage you to find that balance between studying personal growth, and you can ask Stacey and I, book recommendations, or there's DVDs, there's audios, there's things on YouTube. Sarah Robbins is really one of my favorites right now to listen to. And popping CDs in your car, so when you're driving, it's your university on wheels. So it's all good stuff.
Yeah, so just to recap, changing the perspective on how to share Young Living, lead with the business rather than the oils, just because we get kind of stuck when we lead with the oils. It kind of hangs you up a little bit.
Yeah, and Sue told me that she leads with common sense.
Yeah,
so,
common sense.
If someone really is, very fortunate to have really doesn't need money, that they're making plenty of money, otherwise, but their mother is really sick and she really needs oils, and you would lead with the oils. You take each situation but it is easier to lead with the business, especially with the FDA compliance stuff. It's just simpler.
And then, so I want everyone who wants to grow their business to sit down, what Jen was just saying, set your goals. If you want to, like, set actual business hours. I'm on Facebook from this time to this time. I'm taking phone calls this time to this time. Do them daily, do them weekly, monthly, and yearly. Sarah Robbins and Brian Carruthers says minimum of 2 income-producing activities per day. And then I'm just repeating what Jen said, personal growth. And Sarah Robbins has been amazing. She's really amazing. She's very down to earth. She feels very approachable. She gives such good advice that feels doable. And just to finally, like, kind of just to remind people, do not prescribe and do not write protocols. It's very easy to, but we really, really have to be FDA compliant, especially in the special needs community. I don't want anyone to get into trouble. And if you do, because it's very easy, we have a lot of information, especially the moms who are trying to heal their kids. We know our stuff. But if you want to do more, you want to heal people, you should go and get a degree. So you can do it.
And you can say a lot less on Facebook. So the old-fashioned way, meeting in person or over the phone, is much better. And another thing about my goals, I feel like we're like jumping back and forth, but when I write my goals down daily, I do it at nighttime right before I go to bed. I think of 3 things that I want to accomplish the next day, so that the next day feels like a productive day. And sometimes I only get 2 of them done, but that's how I usually go about my day. I start it the night before and think of what 3 things instead of and they're income producing activities too. So
it's 8:58. I want to close with talking about my own website. I just put my website up. It is www.essentials-for-life.com. And I really want to use this as a tool for anyone, really, but specifically for my group so people can direct prospects there. And I have it set up pretty easily. So you can click on compensation plan videos. You can click on what essential rewards are, why essential oils, what is Seed to Seal, recommended reading books for essential oils and network marketing.
It's a beautiful website, Stacey.
It's fun. I really like it. It's
it came out great.
The blog, if you go to the main site, you can click on the pictures as they scroll through, and it takes you to the blog. So, or like right away, everyday oils, and it takes you how to enroll. And I've tried to make it very clear. People get confused easily on enrollment. So I try to make it very clear. Starter kit options, so people can see what options they have and how to use your oils. And then also, if anyone wants me, I have people that I need to put up. I know I have photos and bios I'm going to take from the other website and put them up. But you can click on Peggy's picture, and it'll take you to the blog and see her website, and it'll link automatically to her sign-up page. So I really want to make it an easy tool for everyone to point people to. And it's for anyone who's in my group and anyone who just needs the information. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Thanks, Jen.
Yeah, it came out great. Really, really good job.
Okay. All right. So that's essentials-for-life.com.
Cute.
All right. Anything else? Does anyone have any questions? Unmute by *6.
Yeah, we would like to do these calls pretty much regularly on these Monday nights. I feel like it's a good time to start the week like this. So if there's any topics you'd like us to talk about, if you're feeling like you're having difficulty with inviting or getting people to take a look or enrolling, if anything's getting you stuck up and you'd like us to schedule a call to talk about it, then let us know.
All right. Is that good?
Great.
Anyone there? Anyone have any questions?
*9 to stop recording.
All right. That sounds good.
All right. Bye-bye. Good night, guys.